marching? Do you know?
They are, yeah. Let me show you there.
Would you like a flagon? Sorry, can I just squeeze through? Sorry. We can just...
That's the route.
Okay, so this is the route, I think, guys.
We're going to end up at Trafalgar, basically.
Oh, Trafalgar Square.
Yeah.
So for anyone who's just joined, basically, it seems to be more than one protest wrapped into one. There's Women Against the Far Right, which obviously I'd like to understand what their definition of far right is. I'd like to see if I can get some interviews. But then there's also Women Against Male Violence. I mean, that's interesting from obviously a bunch of different perspectives. I mean, domestic abuse is always an issue we should talk about, but I'd also be interested to see if they're concerned about the male violence that happens when those men identify as women. So I'm going to wait for the march to get going because it's really quite packed. And I think there is actually a third protest somewhere in amongst these guys that I think might be Stand Up to Racism. But again, it's a mixture of signs, and there's quite a lot of people, big turnout, and I believe they are marching to Trafalgar Square, so we're going to follow. Sorry guys, I just realised my mic was a bit loud. Is that better? Just turned it down a bit. I figured out how to do that now. Let me know if the mic is loud enough. I just noticed that it was breaking quite a bit. So, sorry. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining. So it's our first live stream in a while. Yeah, so it's been our first live stream in a while on the channel. I'm sorry about that, guys. It's been for a number of reasons. A, my back, because it's just been absolutely killing me. But also, cost getting to these places. Luckily, this one was, stone's throw from me, so I was able to get here. But yeah, and also, I'm hoping that the protest will pick up a little bit more now that we're getting into the warmer months, because they did dial down. Oops, someone said louder. Okay. Let me know if that's any better. Oh, that's going red a bit. Let me know if that's okay, volume-wise. But yeah, so not really sure what we're going to get out of the day. As I said, I'm going to attempt some interviews, but this is a mixture of protests, so it's kind of hard to tell who's in what. Massive mixture of signs. But yeah, we're going to follow and we're going to see what happens. Oh my gosh, it's Narendika.
What do we want? Safe streets. What do we want them now? What do we want? Safe streets. What do we want them now? What do we want? Safe streets. When do we want them now? What do we want? Safe streets. When do we want them now? What do we want? Safe streets. When do we want them now? What do we want? Safe streets. When do we want them now? Great. All right. The other thing is, what do we want? We want some justice, yeah? Yeah? So let's do that. What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice!
Making sure she gets it on video again.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! Please go to where the light is. Right, ready? Whatever we wear, wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no. Whatever we wear, wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no. Whatever we wear, wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no. Whatever we wear, wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no. Whatever we wear, wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no. Whatever we wear, wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no. Wherever we go, yes means yes and no means no.
Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it, guys. Like, honestly, just that alone has helped me cover the train fare to get here today. So I really appreciate that.
Power!
you so much for joining.
Can't see the lights.
On? Good. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining so far. As I said, for everyone who's just joined, this has been the first live stream in a while. It's been for a few reasons. I mean, not only, obviously the cost of getting to these places. Luckily, this one wasn't too far, but also the strain on my back has been getting a bit much. But yeah, I'm going to try my best. We are marching to Trafalgar Square. Just off the top of my head, I actually can't remember how far that roughly is walking. If I try and get ahead of the crowd and just sit down for a couple of minutes while they catch up, please forgive me. But yeah, so I think this is actually an amalgamation of a few protests. There's stands, there's women against the far right, there's we could end male violence, okay, there's women against male violence, then there's Million Women Rise, which I think is an annual march, state violence, and then I think somewhere towards the back there's Stand Up to Racism. So I think there's a few different groups here, so it's going to be an interesting day. You're lucky we want equality, not revenge. What equality do we not have in 2026? It was only a few months ago, it might have been even less time than that the EU actually moved to officialise the term Christian phobia. It's taken that long. Yeah.
This was definitely supposed to be women against male violence. Just here.
Yeah.
And then there's Stand Up to Racism are clearly over there.
So that's them with the drums.
Huh?
Okay. So that's them with the drums, you think? That's them with the drums, you think?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. About halfway down.
I might go have a look.
They're saying the same thing that they normally say, we are women, we can fight, we don't need no fascist right. That's what they're saying. But these lot at the front here aren't saying that.
Right. So you reckon it's these guys at the front that are just against male violence in
trying to
general?
talk over them, and then they were basically blocking out her sound. She was basically trying to talk to them about what they're here for, and they just carried on singing over top of her. You'll notice the placards change as you get about halfway down.
Yeah.
You start seeing the yellow, the purple, and then, I mean, there's one in the middle. But
yeah.
there's a lot more down further down.
Okay guys, the crowd does continue, but I actually can't get any further. I'm not sure when the march is set to move, guys.
Sexual violence has to go. Hey, no! 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 Sexual violence has to go. Hey, yo! Sexual violence has to go. Say hey, yo! Sexual violence For 19 years, it's been a woman rights. And our ancestors have been marching for much longer. We have been rising for a long time. I am tired. Right? So let us make some noise because together we can end this. Are we ready? Are we ready? Change is not polite. It doesn't matter, like Donald Trump ain't gonna start behaving himself because we're nice to him. Yeah? Keir Starmer's not gonna start behaving himself because we're nice to him. Right? Change requires resistance. Are we ready? Let's rise, women. Let's rise. Media women rise, are you ready? Make some noise! We always open the portals with the drummers.
Emma, did you think it was going to be a demo against the far right when making the thumbnail caption? I didn't put a thumbnail, did I? I don't think I put a thumbnail. If there's one there, then it might be from the one before, so that would be a mistake. Apologies. Oh, right, okay. Well, it's just I'll be hopping in and out, and I've got a mic on here, so I need to...
Yeah, you can go with him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Power! Power! Power to the woman! Woman got the power! Sisters, can you hear us? Stronger by the hour! Power! Power!
Okay, so...
Woman got the power!
I've just been told that I can stay in if I want, but my cameraman's got to stay on the path because they only want women in the march.
Stronger by the hour!
But I'm pretty sure that's a man with blue hair.
There's a woman here that has a placard that says, if you're not angry, you're not paying attention. Yeah? If you're not angry, you're not paying attention. So let's take the anger into power! Power! Power to the woman! Woman got the power! Sisters, can you hear us? Growing stronger by the hour. Power! Power! Power to the woman. Woman got the power. Sisters, can you hear us? Growing stronger by the hour. All right. This one you haven't done yet. Not the cops, they're the state. Women must decide our fate. Not the cops, they're the state. Women must decide our fate. Agreed? Alright, listen. I'm just going to start speaking in Jamaican because I feel like the English ain't been understood. Will you hear me?
He's wearing a collar as well.
Not the cops, they're the state. Women must decide our fate. Not the cops, they're the state. Women must decide our fate. Not the cops, they're the state. Women must decide our fate. Not the cops, they're the state. Women must decide our fate. Not the cops, not the state. Women must decide our fate.
give you a pass from what I'll try
Really
to
thirsty.
grab one in it, yeah?
Down Duke Street, places either side.
Sit down?
Yeah, but there's like places en route, but it's going to leave soon.
Oh, you might stay here.
Might as well.
Literally Duke Street, there's a few little places. But also Bond Street Station, loads of places. So I'd probably wait for it to leave, nip into Bond Street Station. There's like everything, Marks and Spencer's, all sorts of shops. Yeah.
People, we are the young ones over here giving it something. So you.
Okay, guys, right. So I just come away for a minute to talk to you guys for a second. So far it seems that the protest has been. Someone said that it looks like the protest has been hijacked, but I'm not sure because there were people at the front, like Narinder Kaur. What's he looking at? That sounds like someone's got a problem. Let me go over here. So yeah, it seems like that there's an amalgamation of different protests. It seems that there's stand up to racism, there's a protest against domestic violence, there's signs about just general women against male violence. The chants are along the lines of, what do we want? Safer streets, not the power, not the state. We decide our own fate. I think that was the other one. I think that's obviously referring to abortion, which is confusing to me because, was it last year? I think it was last year that they decriminalised women who get an abortion after the 24-week limit. So essentially rendering a legal abortion limit completely useless. So I don't know what rights they think are being taken away. The SNP in Scotland are literally considering bringing back gendered abortions so that people can choose to have an abortion simply because their baby is the sex that they would not prefer. So I don't exactly know what rights they're taking away, but they are talking about Trump. So maybe they mean in the US. But again, it's confusing. It doesn't really carry logical weight. Also, they were saying about, male violence against women, and then they actually came over to me and my cameraman, who's a man, and said, you can go with him if you want, but we want all the men to go on the path and we only want women in the march. And literally, like something out of a Monty Python sketch, I turned around 3 seconds later and there is a transgender person, obviously biologically male, just waltzed into the march wearing a collar. I don't understand the thing with wearing the collars. That does not seem like a stable individual to me. That seems like an individual that wants to publicly fetishize every part of themselves, even right down to what they wear around their neck. I think that's weird, and the fact that that's allowed in not only an only women's march where they've actually segregated the sexes and kicked all the men out, but about male violence against women, especially considering how we're seeing transgender men, biological males, go into women's sports. We're seeing them in our bathrooms, in our changing rooms. It hasn't been too long that the NHS nurses won the case about the changing rooms. Thank you for the super chat. Our Robble Ross says, if they don't want the state involved in abortions, are they going to pay for it themselves? Exactly. Well, this is another thing. Unfortunately, because we have a free institutionalised health service in the NHS, then it is going to have to be a factor of consideration when governments are deciding things like budgets and funding, for example. Do I think that funding is going to the right place anyway? No, to be honest, I don't. But I think that is absolutely a conversation that needs to be had, because no, in America, at the end of the day, if someone, there was someone, I think it was it Makita Oliver and Lily Allen? They were talking about how many abortions they've had. Now, in some states, I don't know if it's still like this, but the way it used to be is women would have a certain number of free abortions. So like, let's say they'd have 3 or 5 free abortions, and then on the 6th or the 4th you have to pay. And that, all of a sudden, that was the decider if women actually wanted to take responsibility for their own sex and their own promiscuity. I'm sorry, if you have sex without a condom knowingly, then that. Understand biology, but anyway, yeah, it's a bit weird. Obviously, I am going to attempt interviews. The march is going to be getting going soon, but there's very few. There's a lot of people, and it's just kind of me and my cameraman, and there's one other person that I saw here. So I'll be honest, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, kind of like going into the bloody Viper's Nest. But when the crowd gets moving, and obviously they're finishing up in Trafalgar Square, so I'm assuming that there will be like a little gathering after that. So I'm going to continue documenting and kind of just coming back and telling you guys what I'm seeing and what is happening, just in case you guys aren't catching it on camera. But I will be trying to attend some interviews. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, and I'll be totally honest. People who are so strongly ideologized and to the point where they can't even have a conversation, and their first resort is to get violent. That makes me nervous, because it's those people that are just so unpredictable. Not to sound like a namby-pamby, but my first priority is staying safe. But other than that, obviously, I want to bring you guys content. I want to engage in conversations. That's the whole point of that's the whole point of free speech, free debate. I think it's the best thing to do. But yeah, I'm just getting back into the flow of it. So please be patient. But yeah, they keep saying they're going to move in a minute. I'm still waiting. Funny how they say they're for women's rights, but then they'll brand groups like the Pink Ladies far right. Like the drums.
Power to the women. Women got the power. Sisters, can you hear us? Stronger by the hour. Power.
We're going to stay up here for a couple of minutes, guys, while they're moving past so you can get a sense of the numbers. They're still coming out that corner there as well. There's two white women. There's two white women holding signs that says "We women of Iran do not support." I don't understand people. I mean, maybe they were Iranian, but one of them was ginger. Like, I don't understand how certain groups continue to think that they can speak on behalf of people that are actually living in the country, living in the situation. Okay, so far I've counted what I believe to be 3 or 4 men dressed as women in this march. Again, it just doesn't really seem to correlate. It's weird. I'm confused about this march. And to be totally honest, guys, to be just completely transparent, like this is kind of saddening to me. I mean, as a young woman, not long turned 22, and I like, you know, the thing is some factions of this protest seem all right. Like they're just protesting against, you know, domestic abuse, which I am in full support of. I've been in domestic abuse situations. I don't think that they're dealt with criminally the way they should be, and I'm completely in support of harsher punishments for domestic abusers and people who commit rapes and sexual assault. But the majority of these women, or certain factions of these women, have been lied to that it's the average white man on the street, the average British national, that's the most dangerous to them right now. And yes, I understand that everything is an agenda that comes from the big elites. And yes, with the Epstein files, I'm sorry, but there's things that need to be spoken about. But what is actually happening on our streets, the so-called far right is not what's committing rape and stabbings and violent acts and everything like this on our streets at the moment. I'll put up, when I make the full report, I'll put the stats up on the screen. But a foreign national is 3 times more likely, specifically in Afghanistan male, is 3 times more likely to commit any kind of sexually violent attack against a woman. But these women are protesting against the far right. I don't understand it. And you know what? Some of these signs that I'm seeing, I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, fair enough. I agree with that. But it's a shame, because I feel like genuine women's rights and women's protests has now been hijacked. I mean, just like I was saying earlier, I've seen men dressed up as women here. Why do women's rights encompass men? They shouldn't. They don't. They're not women, but they're here. So it really, it makes me a little bit sad, because, you know, this is a massive group of people. This is a massive group of women, and they all truly believe that the crime and the danger is coming from the wrong place. And I don't know why. I've heard chants about Nazi scum and all this sort of stuff. I don't know what any of this has to do with it. Like, am I making sense to you guys? Sorry, I might just be rambling. It's the first time I've actually, the first time in a good few weeks, I think, that I've come out and done a live stream and have been kind of around this kind of crowd. It's been so busy behind the scenes, and to be honest, with everything going on politically, you got to take a mental break sometimes. You just absolutely have to. But this is, I don't know. I'm struggling to get my brain around it, because it's just so backward and infected with the wrong ideals, and I don't understand how that's happened. It's a real shame. Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah, the fatigue is real. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Also, I did speak to a woman who said there was loads of places to get hot chocolate en route, but I haven't seen one yet. I really want a hot chocolate.
Alright?
Yep. It's alright, don't worry, I lost him a while ago.
I can't see him in that direction.
That's alright, I'll find him. Thank you, guys. Also, I do want to say, I'm totally honest, I really hate doing the whole, like, oh, you know, can you please give me donations? But we're going to be working on we're starting to work on the next issue of the Propaganda magazine, which if you haven't, go and get yourself a copy. I'm so proud of it. I try and give out as many as I can for free, but obviously, in order to be able to make sure that we're going to be able to make the next issue, we do have to sell some. So you can go and get them on the website for £5. But also, please, if you can, obviously, not, you know, cost of living is crap, so, you know, no one's got to convince me, but if you can, please, if you can just spare a couple of pounds. I do have a Buy Me a Coffee. There's also a donation page now on the website. It just allows me to cover all this stuff. We're trying to bring a new weekly show to the channel as well, and it's difficult, all right? It's funding everything is difficult. But I really appreciate you guys. And of course, if you can't donate or if you choose not to, that's totally fine. But please ask that you like, share and subscribe. It's free and it really helps the channel grow. We've managed to get to 15,700 subscribers now, I think. And that's so incredible, and I can't thank you guys enough. So yeah, please support if you can. And yeah, I hope that, how could you want equality and safety and actively want men from cultures that are in antithesis of everything? Exactly, that's my exact point. We are deliberately, this is why when I'm seeing signs about, like, you know, Epstein or Prince Andrew, or when they're chanting about Keir Starmer saying that they're to blame for this, I agree, couldn't agree more. This is an agenda that has come from all of the elite circles, and I'm sorry, but the Epstein files, it's going to be years before we can really get to the real truth, because they redact so damn much. But it's very obvious where these things are coming from. So that's why I say, like, there are certain factions and subsets of groups here that I think, that's loud. But there are a lot of women here who I genuinely do think are here for the right reasons. I do think that this protest has been hijacked, though, definitely. This is a cause that I can get behind. Stop war and rape in the Congo. What the women are experiencing in the Congo is absolutely horrendous. But again, you see what I mean? There are so many subsets and so many factions here. Like, I'm seeing Palestinian flags. Last time I checked, women don't exactly get 5-star treatment in Palestine or Afghanistan. So do you guys see what I mean? How it's like, this is the same reason as I'm kind of hesitant to just storm in there and start doing interviews, because this protest has genuinely confused me. It's been successfully infected by nonsensical ideologies. was segregated, even though he's in support because he's a man, and yet there are men dressed as women allowed in this march. It makes no sense.
They're going to go on social media.
Okay, cool.
Oh, sorry, I'm live.
What's the social media? Okay.
I'll make sure you're on there as well. I think a nice picture.
Sorry, I was just wondering, are you walking outside the march because they said that only women are in the march? Can I just ask, I have seen a few transgender people who I would understand are biologically male.
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair, considering you're also in support? Shouldn't you be allowed to march with them? Why are you segregated?
I don't really mind as long as it like works for the people who like this march is for. Then I don't really mind.
That's fair. Okay,
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you.
just here to support really.
That's fair.
What's the Instagram?
Oh,
Okay, easy, nice. Yeah.
We go, yeah, so that man was segregated because of his sex. I asked him if he, I told him that I've seen a few transgender people, biological males in the group, and I asked him if he thinks that it's fair that he's been excluded and they haven't.
Yeah, the picture is it. So I think that's the constant thing. You around this thing, isn't it?
No, I was just going to go, that would have been a good shot as well. I was just going to go round. So obviously there's a lot of people seeing what's going on.
Hallelujah. Heaven is for you. Hell is for devil. Please keep himself from this evil star, evil generation. Keep himself from this evil star. Give him glory who made heaven and earth. Give him glory who made heaven and earth. His name is Jesus.
Women's safety is not your border policy, that sign says. Funny, because if we had a stronger border policy, then women's safety would, well, improve. Turf's off my turf, that one said. Shaking the donation bucket. with no immunity for the rich and powerful. I fully agree. I think we should have the full Epstein files completely unredacted, and I think an arrest should be made. Sexually assaulted a 14-year-old in Epping. Even though I'm seeing signs, where are all the marches against Epstein and for the release of the files? Why were they not marching with the pink ladies? Why were they not marching with the pink ladies? Like, why? I don't understand. These people, a majority of these people are not for women's safety. They're just against what they perceive as the far right. Guys, there's a homeless girl here and she says she's living on the street. It's £24 for her to sleep in a hostel. I'm more shocked about the fact that there is thousands of women protesting here about women's safety. Are you going to be here all day? Okay, give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Guys, I've got to find somewhere to put down the camera. I haven't used a cash machine in ages. They don't let you withdraw fivers, do they? They're all just. I'm not going to show her face on TikTok. She says she's 20, so I don't think she's underage. But I'm sorry, but all of these women are walking by. This is absolutely ridiculous. Right, I just need to find somewhere to. Actually, I'm just going to put you guys up on this wall for a minute. Bear with me, guys. Listen, guys, I know she could be lying. She absolutely could be lying. But if she is, no, because I'm about to get money out. I can't turn the camera around. Oh, right. I'll try and turn it so you guys can see the protest. Can you guys see the protest? Okay. I know, assume you can. But listen, guys, at the end of the day, if she's lying, I've lost 30 quid. If she's not lying, then that's someone who's helped. So, you know. Aha! I already have cash on me. Brilliant. It's £24 for a hostel. Women. Listen, guys, I get it, alright, and yeah, we see homeless people in London all the time, you never know. Thank you, Kaza, I really appreciate that. And listen, you know, yeah, she might be lying. She might go and use the money for whatever, alright, but she might not. I don't know, alright, so it's as simple as that. But I'm more concerned about the fact that there's like thousands of women here and they didn't even notice her. Like, I'm sorry, regardless of if you might think I'm stupid, and that's fine. Like, you know, that's fine. You can think I'm stupid, but we need to notice these people. No. Sorry, I don't regret anything. Sorry guys, I'm just messing around with some equipment. Give me two seconds. Sorry guys, need to look for something in my bag. Just give me 2 seconds. Exactly, there is absolutely thousands and thousands of homeless people. You know, we can't help everyone on an individual basis, but we can try. If you guys haven't seen, go to either my YouTube or on my X. You can see I did an interview with a veteran called Peter. He's currently being helped by Shield CP. He was a paratrooper for 16 years and he's currently homeless. But we try to help him on an individual basis on that day, you know. But we can't do that for everyone. And the government are spending at around 7 or 8 billion a year on the current asylum system. That includes processing claims, that includes hotels, that includes amenities, food, everything, transport, everything, right? Guess how much they are spending, or were spending, on homelessness. And this isn't just British homelessness, this is for anyone, just all homelessness in the UK. They were spending about 1.18 billion a year. Now now they're lowering it to about 80 or 90 million a year. But they're spending around 7 or 8 billion on asylum claims. That's how much they care about homelessness in this country. So it really, I'm sorry, it boils my blood. It really boils my blood. I think we had a bit of buffer in there, guys. As I said, if you didn't catch it, I think it's because we're on this stretch of road. There's always bad signal here, so bear with, but I think we'll be getting to Trafalgar Square soon. Some F-reform signs. Again, I'm not a particularly big fan of reform, but I don't know what it has to do with women's rights. I don't know what they've done, you know, against women's rights. I'm from the West Midlands. Dance and march safely in the streets, but it's the wrong people they're looking at that are a threat to that safety. So again, we have sexual segregation. if we made misogyny a hate crime, then we'd certainly see more deportations. Have some debate in the chat, which is always a good thing. Debate is brilliant. I think there are a lot of people asking about Islam. I don't think it's controversial that me, as a young Western woman, to be fearful of a culture that would see me covered up, that would see me forced to marry a man if he raped me, and all of these kinds of things. So I don't think it's controversial for me to be fearful of that. People can call it Islamophobia, but at the end of the day, what is a phobia? It's an irrational fear. I don't think it's irrational at all. And also, I saw a very interesting video of an ex-Muslim woman saying the term Islamophobe has been completely misused. Islamophobia is 100% real, and it's the fear that ex-Muslims have and the PTSD that they have from the religion when they have left, and they are treated as apostates, sorry. So I don't think that's controversial at all.
What do we want? What do we want? When do we want them? What do we want? When do we want them? What do we want?
Sorry guys, I think it's frozen to me. Guys, the stream seems to have frozen for me. Could you guys just put in the chat if you're still seeing it, or is it frozen for you as well? Frozen for you guys as well. For goodness sake. Oh. There we go. Is it back now? Just let me know if in the chat if it's if it's working again. I don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, everyone. Not sure what happened there. It just froze for me. Excuse for violent men is the current chant. No excuse for violent men, I 100% agree. No excuse. Regardless of if they claim they're fleeing, if they come and they commit violence, they should be deported. It's as simple as that. No excuse for violent men. 100% agree. I was just wondering, were you told to walk on the path?
On the side, yeah, they did.
What was the reason?
I think it's just because they want to make sure like it was for women and everything, but it's fine. Being on the side is fine. It's about women in the first place, so obviously we're supposed to follow, not guide.
Yeah.
So I don't mind.
I've seen, just as an observation, I've seen actually quite a few transgender people who I would understand are biological males in the march.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like, as a supporter, do you feel like that's kind of unfair to you?
For me, well, I'm cisgender, so I don't think it's unfair for me. Like, I don't mind being on the side, but trans rights are human rights and women's rights as well, so they should be in the march. But I don't mind being on the side. Like, oh my god, I'm a cis man, so I can be on the side. It doesn't matter to me.
Sorry, you said trans rights are women's rights. Could you explain?
Like, women biologically born. So I'm a cis man, obviously, and I identify as a cis man. But trans rights are also women's rights. In the sense, like, if you transition into a woman, this is also your fight. It's also for you. We need to include all women, including trans women. And so, if they want to be part of the march, they have the right to deserve to be part of the march. Obviously, there's like transitioning into male as well, but this is women's rights, so I'm here for women.
I'd just be interested because obviously there are a group of women who are concerned about things like transgendered males going into women's bathrooms and change rooms and things like that. But I think that that ideal would not be welcome here.
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Sorry, I got distracted.
So, personally, there are a lot of people who think that men, dressing as women and going into women's bathrooms and things like that is also a danger and goes against women's rights.
Yeah.
So, do you think that view would be accepted here?
Are you saying basically they're going against trans women?
They're going against women by saying that that men who have transitioned are women and therefore should have access to women's rights. Women's rights should be just for women. Do you agree?
Well, I think that women's rights should be for women's rights, but female transgender women are women, so that includes their rights.
In what way are they women?
What is this for?
I'm just asking. I'm personally asking.
No, it's fine. Like I was just wondering, like, What is this for online?
This is just my personal channel.
Yeah.
It just came, obviously, it was supposed to be like women against male violence.
Yeah.
As someone who's been through domestic abuse, I absolutely support that.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of things that suggest to me that women's rights must also include men's rights now if they identify as a woman, which I don't think is fair.
Okay.
So I guess I'm just trying to find out like why that's happening.
Well, I will say that as a man myself, I know that if a person, like, when people say like I'm afraid that like a trans woman goes into women's bathroom, like it could end up in like sexual violence or like physical violence, we also have to keep in mind that a trans woman has less rights than a rapist. So if you're like, there's no way that a man will go into a female bathroom pretending to be a woman, saying that they're trans, because they will be protected by the law much more for being a rapist than a trans woman. So like obviously on trans women, because they're really like, they're always facing violence, death. The age expectancy of a trans woman is much lower than the cisgender woman. And part of that is also about the fact that a man will always be more violent with a woman, and the right for a man when they're violent, there's a lot more protection for a man to be violent than even a trans woman to just exist. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, that's why I was saying.
What rights exactly are trans people not getting? Because there are plenty of trans identifying people who have gone into women's changing rooms, women's bathrooms, and actually women's sport, which has caused an unfair advantage. So what rights do trans people still not have, do you think?
Security first and foremost. I have loads of my transgender friends. I've been to trans marches as well. I've seen like the fact of like my friends. I'm a gay man myself, and even though I have more privilege and more protection from society as a gay white man, my transgender friends, they still will face the fear of transphobia, of queerphobia, and at the same time sexism, with a mixture of sexism as well. So I think that like really it comes down to security more first and foremost. When you're saying that, also you're saying like why should they be allowed in our bathroom, not my bathroom, like women's bathrooms. I also want to think about the situation. It's also a question of security. If you're telling a person to go into, say if say you take away from the gender, like if you say like no, this is transgender woman, she went through transitioning, but biologically she was a man, and society and like the law needs to recognize that as a man and not as a woman. If they're sent to prison, for example, they will be sent to a male prison.
Do you not think that that's correct?
No, because male prisons are inherently more violent. We see like I'm not from the UK personally, so I immigrated to the UK, so I don't know the specific what happens in UK prisons for male prisons, so I don't know the level of intensity of violence, and I don't want to speak if I'm not informed about the situation. But we do know that men are more violent and are subjugated to rape as well by other men in male
Absolutely.
prisons. So if we send like now a trans woman who has fully transitioned, looks fully is cis-passing to the point of cis-passing, and you're sending her into a prison, she is much more likely of getting hated, assaulted and raped. And I just don't think that is also, it comes down to a question of security. And I think the root of it shouldn't be the division between different women. Like you have cis women, you have trans women, but I think the issue at the hand is the abuse that men put upon all of the society and all different types of women that faces it. Like I understand it's a question of security for all, and like obviously if you don't understand the subject, like if a person says like I want security, I'm sure you want security for all, and that's not like you're saying like you want trans women to not face
I think there should be a third bathroom. What do you think about that?
Well, I think again, like that's a conversation between women. That's not a conversation for me to have. Like I can have my opinion, but I don't think I'm entitled to speak that opinion.
But however, if you decided tomorrow that you wanted to identify as a woman, this ideology would allow you to come into my bathroom, which I don't think is right.
Yeah. Well,
so
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I understand your point of view in the sense like because also it's a question of your security as well, and you're like you don't know what's happened. But for me personally, I also come from the sense of security, saying like if I was a man today, I'm a man and I want to transition to a woman tomorrow. Like if me coming into a woman's bathroom, I can promise you that not only by law I will be less protected than a man trying to go in and abuse you through a bathroom. But also societally, I will be shamed much more than a man. You can see the amount of, like all the women marching today, they're all talking about how rape is literally 1 in 3 women, 90, wasn't it like, I think it was like 91% of women in the UK are being sexually assaulted. 1 in 3 women are sexually assaulted every day from what, don't quote me, I'm just from what I was talking in the march, but that's what they were explaining to me. Yeah, so like obviously the issue is about the man and how it is affecting the issues of like different types of women. Now, if the question is, should it be a third bathroom and everything, I'm not trans, so I don't want to, and I'm not a woman, do you know what I mean? So I really don't think it's for my place to say. I think that the conversation should be between women and should let them decide what the situation is. I personally will follow because I've got trans women friends and my friends are all like have told me their stories and their issues in their past. I can tell like my friend also just now, she got fired because she was saying she wasn't doing a good job. She's a trans woman, but she said she was kept being misgendered constantly, that it made her feel so insecure that she couldn't work, she couldn't focus on her job, which that comes in a situation that it's like, it does like, you also being quite like, keeping in mind that there's different sense of sensitivity for every person. But yeah, like for me, it's just like not my place to like, I'm here to listen, not to like guide the conversation. I'm here to like follow the conversation.
Could I just ask about what, because there's an element, I've seen a lot of signs saying women against the far right. Could I ask you about what that element is? What's that representing?
I think that the far right ideology, like at its essence, the far right utilizes different types of discrimination that interlock with each other. I think when they say women against the far right, they're not only saying because of how, like, against feminism, like against against women in general, but it comes with also racism, interlocking with racism, how women of color are also subjugated to much more hate than white women in society and Western societies. We're also saying that it also leads with immigration problems that goes in. So it's at the end of the day, it can be a bit confusing when they're saying like, oh, it's just a political party. Why are you going against a full political party? But it's what they represent and the interlocking of different ways of making sure that these different categories are not only too busy fighting each other to fight the far right, which is at its head of the entirety of those thinkings. Are you a far right person, Tito?
I'm confused at the definition of far right.
Yeah.
I mean, if your definition of far right is thinking that immigration has had an effect on women's safety,
yeah.
I do think that that is the case, but I wouldn't consider that far right. Would you? I mean, do you not see any connection between the rise in immigration, particularly unvetted small boat crossings, and the rise of violence against women?
Yeah, I mean,
do you see a link there?
I also think about I do see a link, but I also got to keep in mind that the reason why there is so much mass immigration to Western countries is because Western allies, quote unquote, Western countries are funding multi-million wars that are going into destroying their countries, into making them flee to other countries. So when I'm an immigrant, you know what I mean? Like I'm an immigrant, so if there's an issue, when I'm an immigrant, I'm educated. I was educated in my home. I was educated like in my country. I was able to learn multiple languages and I moved to the UK. So when people say, oh, they're coming in and stealing our jobs, like the people coming off the boats aren't the ones speaking, like they're barely speaking English. They can barely understand, like they're coming in to make a new life, to like secure their lives. That's not the people that are stealing your jobs or making sure that you're not.
No, but specifically on the issue of women's safety. Women's safety,
yeah.
like there is an issue there. Do you not think?
I think the issue is we have to stop, like I said, like stop funding wars that make them want to people flee to these countries. Sorry, by accident. To flee to these countries, to our countries. Well, the UK is not my country, but like to the UK and to Western countries. To do so, we have to stop funding these wars. And if because the reason why we're funding these wars is to profit off their land and their resources. If you're tired, like I don't really have an issue. I don't really think there's an issue of like immigration. I think there's an issue of men. I don't think that women immigrating from other countries are issues. So
Can I just ask?
Yeah.
Because obviously one of the things that people get accused of being far right for saying is that most of the people coming on the small boats are in fact men.
Yeah.
So obviously this does call into question. I think if it was a bunch of women and children coming in on the boats, who genuinely were fleeing persecution, people wouldn't have so much of a problem with it.
Yeah.
But because we're seeing just a lot of men, and then we're seeing the sexual race go up.
Yeah.
I mean, did you know that a foreign national is 3 times more likely, particularly if they're from Afghanistan, which obviously we know what women are treated like in Afghanistan. I'm I'm completely against that. I want women in Afghanistan to be completely free and liberated. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah.
So men of these ideologies are coming here, and then people are, for noticing it, are being called racist and far right, and it doesn't feel very fair. Can you see where I'm coming from?
I understand, like, in a sense, like you're saying, like, all these men are coming on these boats, and then with the ideologies they're coming here. But we also have to remember, like, so basically when the Tory government was in, the ability for immigration for like asylum seekers went way down. So a lot of people had to turn to come illegally. But people also forget that this is like a very hard and dangerous way of coming in. Like, you're talking, a lot of people lost their lives on the way to try and like immigrate, whether you want to call it illegally or illegally. But so a lot of men decide, like, I'm not going to put my children and my wife through that, so I will go first, come here, and then bring them over. So that's also like a rhetoric that is happening at the moment. So in the issue, when people are saying, like, we are seeing a lot of men that are moving here and not like women and children, where like would be like just generally more kinder and more like less violent, which I agree this is an issue about men, not about immigration. I think like if we made immigration more accessible and more safe, women would be coming here and not just men, and like we could understand. But yeah, this is the point I'm trying to make. Like, the issue comes from like the men. Sorry, I just need to catch up with my friends.
No, that's fine. I'll let you go now, but I really appreciate you giving me some of your time.
Okay,
Thank you for talking to me. Well, that was interesting. That was certainly interesting. We spoke about a lot of things there. I will say, I've got to give props to the guy for engaging with me and talking to me and answering my questions. Like, not everyone will do that, so let's give him props for that. But yeah, I mean, my initial question was obviously, do you think it's unfair that you've been sexually segregated when there are men dressed as women within this march who have been perfectly accepted? And obviously his answer to that just completely gave me an insight to the ideology, which obviously then brought more questions to my mind. So he's running off to tell them all. Yeah, probably. I should probably keep an eye out. He is running around, like he's looking for someone specific, I think. I'm not gonna lie, like, as far as I'm concerned, that was a very, I mean, I don't want to sound all like, blowing smoke up my own ass or anything, but I thought it was a pleasant interaction, patient, no crosswords or insults were exchanged, he did have, like, when he was saying, about, like, this is the government that are doing this, like, I 100% agree. The blame is with the government. However, when we're specifically talking about women's safety, and obviously there's accusations of far right and everything like that, it does call into question, okay, well, what do you consider to be far right? Someone who is worried about immigration and sexual violence resulting from that. Okay, well, here are the statistics. How is that far right? Like, people don't seem to realise that at every single march, almost every single march that I've seen and been to, all of them are chanting against Keir Starmer. So none of them like him. Sorry. So I just need to put my phone on charge. Thank you. Sorry, I got this big long wire. I got to. Hang on. Let me just. Let me put you guys down just a second while I just wrap this wire around. So my phone doesn't die midstream. That's happened before. my phone is on charge, but it says it's slow charging. So basically, I've had it happen before where I've put my phone on charge but continued live streaming, and it's made it like so that the phone is using more power than it's charging up, and it's not. Oh yeah, it's gone on 5%. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to end the stream. I'm gonna have to let my phone charge up again, but I will be going live again. If I just charge up, and then I'll go live again at Trafalgar Square, and I'll try and get some more interviews. But my phone is charging, but the live stream is using too much charge, so it's still going down. So I'm really, really sorry about that, guys. I will be going live again, so please stay tuned on the channel. I'm just going to have to take maybe my power bank's a fast charger, so maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and I'll be up live again. But yeah, so I'll see you guys at Trafalgar Square. I hope you guys have enjoyed the live stream, and as said, definitely come back for part 2.